here we are in Urfa. Hi, guys. This is on the Turkish-Syrian border. Hi, hi, hi. Oh, Evgeny, you ready for another day?
Yes.
We've been here for a couple of days already, so we've got into a bit of a routine. We found a taxi driver who we trust. He's Kurdish, which is important because sometimes we go to people's homes, for example, fighters who don't want people to know that they're here, so it's a little bit secret where they are. So we need to have someone we trust.
Shanta.
Good morning, Shanta. Yep, you can take this. We have a problem with language. He doesn't speak a word of English, and I don't speak a word of Kurdish, except to say spas, which he'll respond to, which means thank you, and which I learned in Iraq. Spas.
Spas.
Well, that's our communication for the day. Hello. So now we're going to go to the border. We're about a 40-minute taxi drive from actually the border where you can see Kobani. And we can get as close as to 500 meters from ISIS. And from that position, we can do a stand-up. We've got quite a busy agenda.
Okay.
But we'll pick up our fixer, our local producer, on the way. So, should we go?
Yeah.
Our main destination at the moment is Surge, which is spelled S-U-R-U-C. It always confuses me, the spelling. And there we'll pick up our local producer. Now, the city has been overtaken by your Syrian Kurds, many of whom are from Kobani. It is a Kurdish city to begin with, but it's just struggling now with this whole new influx. Once we've picked up our local producer, we're going to go to a village on the border. These names are always so difficult to remember. Now, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing this right, but the villager is called Zahawan. And when we're there, we're some 500 meters, you can actually see ISIS, you can see Kobani, and we were there for the last 3 days. There are airstrikes happening. You can hear the airstrikes happening all the time. So the plan today is to finish a story that we were working on yesterday. It's a story about how local volunteers, mostly Kurds, but some are Turkish. For example, students from Istanbul are said to have come here. We haven't been able to find any. They're standing on the border and they're defending the border with their bodies. And they're not just defending the border against ISIS. One of the important stories here in Turkey is that the Kurds blame Ankara and the Turkish army for helping ISIS. Say that they let ISIS kind of smuggle through, they turn a blind eye. So these guys are on the border to try and stop that happening. But I asked them the question yesterday, well, do you have weapons? No, no, no. So how do you stop this from happening? We're ready to die with our bodies in defense. So that's the story.
No, Suruj?
We're in Suruj, and very soon we'll start passing some of the refugee camps, which are predominantly people that come from Kobani. I think it's 220,000 people that come from Kobani, and I think the figure is like 1.7, 1.8 million refugees in Turkey that come from Syria. So you have a huge influx of refugees. The refugees, of course, are not only Kurds. You have a lot of Arabs who are coming from Syria, from cities, from Aleppo, for example. A lot of the people we've met have come from Aleppo. But as we go into Suruj, which is more a Kurdish town, so you find that your Kurdish refugees tend to come to your Kurdish towns. And especially those that come from Kobani, which is right on the border, are coming to Kurdish towns that are right on the border on the Turkish side. This is where we meet Ashraf every day. And in about a minute or two, he will miraculously appear. Now, this is all refugees from Kobani. Hi, Ashraf. Ashraf, hi, how are you?
How are you?
Let's go to the village. I want to go there because I want to make one interview. Meet the women, and she said they organize everybody. Remember where the people were sleeping and eating?
Oh,
that place. I want to make one interview there.
Uh-huh.
Hello. Hello. Salam alaikum. كيف حالك؟ Spas. It's got sweet face. This is pretty.
يلا لا صعب خالص.
Yeah, very nice. كويس.
We speak with them twice. It's Arabic words. So Turkish should be.
I know, they understood the salam alaikum, but they didn't understand anything else.
No. خالو حجي.